I came up with a list of things I want to get before the end of the year. So I'm going to go to an actual brick and mortar store because I don't like trying to get books off of Amazon. I just like to go to a brick and mortar store. But I'm not going to go to Barnes & Noble. I'm going to go somewhere even more niche and privately owned and beautiful. So come along on the ride with me. Hey guys, I'm coming on to give you my wish list of books I want to go into a brick and mortar store and purchase and read. These are the books I want to get by the end of the year. So quickly, I really like to not read synopsis of books or know a lot of the books. For me, a synopsis is kind of like a trailer of the movie. Some books and some trailers share too much and basically everything, and some do it right and only give you the snippets to catch your attention. But I found just with a lot of movies I go see, I don't like watching the trailers. I like to go in blind. Excuse the pun. And I like to do the same thing with my books. So I don't even bother with what the cover looks like, so I can't really tell, and synopsis. I just do a quick review of what it is, so that way I have kind of an idea that fits in my genre of thriller horror that I really like. So you guessed it, most of these books are thriller and horror books, and I'll go ahead and get started. And I was thinking about when I go to a brick and mortar bookstore, would you guys like me to vlog that for you? And I kind of want to see, because I never even thought about this before, go in there and see if they have any Braille books, and if I could find any of these books in Braille at an actual bookstore, and be accessible and inclusive, that I could also enjoy getting Braille. Or if I just have to get the regular hardback or even softback book and use my assistive technology to enjoy it. But yeah, I think I will share that with you guys when I do decide to go to the bookstore. But anyway, in no particular order, let's get started. The first one is a book I actually got my daughter. It's called Pet. And I'm going to butcher the author's name. I'm so sorry. Definitely correct me in the comments below. Awaki Imiki. It's about a little girl, a young family of color, which I love. It's a sci-fi. Basically, they live in this utopian world, and there's something in her basement that shouldn't be there. So I'm pretty excited. It's a short read. It's a children's book. I love children horror stories like Coraline. They're actually really scary, so I'm gonna add that to. The next one, How to Be Eaten by Maria Alderman. Again, this is also a thriller, kind of like scary movie. It's about our favorite fairy tales and the female characters in those stories. And they kind of are in a support group, and they're going through their stories and their own point of view. So I'm pretty excited. I love fairy tales. I love Brothers Grimm. And I think a lot of those stories are in there. And it's going to be kind of cool to see how their survivor stories and how they kind of interweave that together. So I'm pretty excited to get that. And the next novel is Slew Food by Bram. What kind of list would it be if it wasn't something witchy in it? And it's about paganism, witchy aspects, and that type of magical element. I'm all about witches, and this is definitely the perfect season for it. So I'm definitely going to pick up this book as well. And these novels are by Octavia E. Butler, Parable of Sours and Parable of Talents. I definitely want to get both of them. I'm going to get the whole set. And if you like, from what I understand, Margaret Atwood's, definitely, I guess this is more powerful, more realistic, about feminism, the idea of patriarchy going wrong and haywire through the eyes of these beautiful brown women. So I'm very excited to deep dive in these as well. And Flowers for Aragon. This actually isn't a thriller or a scary movie. It's a very heartfelt book. It's a very heartfelt book that I actually got a copy for my daughter for her birthday by Daniel Keyes. It's about a man that has cognitive issues, and he is given a scientific experiment that gives him brilliancy, but unfortunately it doesn't last long. It's just this journey through that of recognizing what's happening to him. So yep, I gave it to my daughter. She is also a booktuber. She has her own channel, and so I wanted to read this as well. And this novel, The Memory Police, I actually have no idea what's it about, but someone told me that I must pick it up and read it because it's something up my alley. For some reason, and it's by Okawa, and I don't know the last name. I'm so sorry. I don't want to mispronounce it. But they said I was going to really enjoy it. But when I hear the title, for some reason, I think of like that Tom Cruise movie where, you know, they have these precogs or people that can see the future and they stop crime before it happens. So for some reason, my mind just went straight there. So I have no idea what this book is about. I'm totally going in blind. I'm just going off from a recommendation that someone told me that I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm going to check it out. This one has been on my list for a really long time. The Tinder of the Flesh. I really want to get this book. And I am by the end of this year. It is definitely horror-esque and thriller. I love horror that has like a little thread of possibility that it could happen in reality. That scares me more than monsters. So this one basically, again, is a dystopian society where, God, who knew? Protein of animals has a virus that makes us really sick and die, so we can no longer eat animals. So as a way to cope with that, the government somehow start breeding humans just to be for food. And it goes through the story of a man that purchased his woman food, and he developed some type of connection with her, and how they work through that because she's technically food for him to be slaughtered. So no, yeah, it's definitely up my alley. Very like Animal Farm-esque and Solvent Green. So yeah, I'm excited. This one, The Final Girl Support Group, definitely up my alley, definitely horror inspired, by Grady Hendrix. It's about the final girls, the heroines in different situations, surviving their serial killers or kidnappers or murderers, and for some reason they get together, tell their stories, how they survive, but someone's out there to finish the job. So I'm pretty excited to read that. Again, they pay homage to our favorite horror stories, so I can feel pretty confident as I read their different point of views. I would know which scary movie they're getting their piece from. So I'm really excited to get into that. And last but not least, I had to get something from Shirley Jackson. I absolutely love her writing. It's not really horror, it's more thriller, slow burn. And this is called The Lottery. It's basically a town where every year during the lottery, I think during the springtime, they pick someone to sacrifice. And it's about someone going through that lottery process and being picked. So I'm pretty excited to pick that one as well. So this is my book wish list that I definitely want to purchase by the end of 2022 and jump off my 2023 reading year with a bang of great books. And I'm very confident that most of them I'm going to really like. I'm taking my time this year of actually listening to people with recommendations and getting that book because I enjoy to see how people interpret my style, and just going into the book blind and just appreciating it because friends recommended it to me because they thought that I would like it. So I'm really excited that I'm going to like all these choices. So tell me some of your books below that you definitely want to buy by the end of the year, and you don't have to buy them. You can go to the library and get it for free. It's still a book haul. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to take you guys on my next vlog. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, but I'm definitely going to do it by the end of the year, of showing you me going to the bookstore and experiencing it as a differently abled person or disabled person, and see if they have any Braille books in these favorite titles of mine that I want to get. And if not, just going along and getting the actual hardback or softback and enjoying it with my excessive technology. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.